It was a foggy Thursday morning when 25 children walked into room 6B of Black Hollow Elementary, laughing, dragging backpacks, chatting about cartoons. Their teacher followed. The classroom door closed behind them and was never opened again. When the janitor knocked, there was no answer. When the parents came, there were no children. And when the police broke the door down hours later, the room was completely empty. No signs of a struggle, no broken windows, no escape routes. 25 kids and their teacher had simply vanished. But 2 weeks later, voicemail from one of the missing children appeared on his mother's phone. It only said one thing: "We're still here, we're listening." It was supposed to be just another school day in the quiet town of Black Hollow, nestled among the pine-covered hills of Oregon. The town had a population barely over 4,000, the kind of peaceful monotony where everyone knew everyone else. On a foggy Thursday morning at precisely 8:13 a.m., a group of 25 third-grade students entered room 6B at Black Hollow Elementary School with their teacher, Miss Evelyn Hart. It was the last time anyone ever saw them. The alarm was first raised by the school janitor, Mr. Clark, who had gone to deliver a maintenance report to the classroom. The door to room 6B was locked from the inside. He knocked once, twice, no answer. He peeked through the narrow glass window and saw nothing but empty desks and a still, eerie quiet. No movement, no shadows, just sunlight streaming onto vacant chairs. Assuming the class had gone out for a surprise fire drill or an unscheduled activity, he shrugged it off and went on with his day. But hours passed. No recess, no lunch, no class from 6B ever showed up at the cafeteria. No calls to parents, nothing. At 1:47 p.m., the principal finally contacted local authorities. Police arrived within minutes. The first officer on the scene, Deputy Alyssa Monroe, tried the door against, still locked. She radioed for permission to break in. When they finally forced it open, the classroom was completely empty. Desks untouched, coats still hanging, packs neatly lined up, not a single sign of struggle, violence, or panic. 25 children and their teacher had vanished as if they had never been there to begin with. Parents were called, and panic erupted across the town. Screams echoed through the school's hallway as mothers and fathers arrived, demanding answers no one could give. Security footage was pulled. Every hallway, every angle, every door reviewed. But there was nothing. The cameras showed the children walking into the room, chatting, laughing, some even dragging their feet in the way only sleepy 8-year-olds could. His heart followed shortly after. The door closed behind her. After that, nothing. No one came out. No one went in. The footage even showed the classroom door never opening again until police forced it open hours later. There was no emergency exit in room 6B. The single window was sealed shut. No vents large enough to fit a child, let alone 25 of them and an adult. It was as if they had dissolved into thin air. Detectives launched a full-scale investigation. FBI agents arrived by the third day. Cadaver dogs were brought in. They found nothing, no trace of human scent beyond the teacher's coffee mug and a trail of chalk dust on the blackboard. Strangely, the chalk read only one word: listen. That was when the rumors started. Black Hollow had long buried the tale of the Echo School, local legend that dated back to the 1930s, when a fire consumed the original structure that once stood where Black Hollow Elementary was built. According to the tale, a classroom full of children had perished in that fire, though official records never confirmed the exact number. Some townsfolk whispered that the fire had been no accident. Some claimed the school had been built over sacred ground. Others said it was a punishment for sins long forgotten. 2 weeks after the disappearance, something even stranger happened. Student's voicemail account pinged a new message to his parents' phone. When they opened it, they heard the unmistakable voice of their child whispering, "We're still here, We're listening. Authorities tracked the call. It had originated from inside room 6B. Shaken, police sealed off the room entirely. EMF readings taken by a paranormal research team showed massive energy spikes that rose and fell like breathing, but nothing conclusive. Some claimed the classroom had become a sort of dimensional trap. Others dismissed it as hysteria. But then came the second message, this time from Miss Hart herself. A soft, trembling voice whispering, "I didn't mean to open it. It wasn't supposed to hear us." After that, silence. A group of specialists decided to run an audio frequency sweep inside the room using a process called infrasound mapping, used for locating underground structures and low frequency energy patterns. The results showed a strange anomaly. Room 6B emitted a pulse every 7 minutes, too consistent for coincidence, too strong to be natural. When the pulses were converted into a spectrogram, it revealed a waveform that eerily resembled a child's voice repeating the same word, "Listen." The school was shut down indefinitely. The town plunged into mourning. Families moved away. The local government refused to fund any further investigations, citing unexplained environmental interference. But a few brave parents remained. One father, Jonas Crane, refused to believe his daughter, Lily, was gone forever. He broke into the school on the anniversary of the disappearance and entered room 6B alone. Pasha, a flashlight, and a small box of his daughter's favorite toys. He never came back. This time, the classroom door was open. Inside, police found his recorder. It captured static for 6 hours straight, then a faint giggle, and finally Jonas's voice whispering, "I see them, ... They're playing a T." New theory emerged. Perhaps the room wasn't just a trap, it was a window, a one-way mirror into another realm. Maybe the children were still alive in some form. Maybe Miss Hart had found something, or someone, she wasn't supposed to. The school was demolished a month later, but those who lived through it know the truth. The foundation still pulses at night, and the land remains untouched, fenced off by the state. The children were never found. Their names remain etched in a memorial stone near the ruins. And some nights when the fog rolls in and the air is just cold enough to freeze your breath, locals say you can hear faint laughter echoing through the trees near the old school grounds.